Today I'm going through what I packed for one night on the land. So first of all, let's start off with the backpack itself. So this is a Shimano Action X5 V2. So this is actually a photography bag. It's got an insert in there with loads of different compartments for lenses, camera bodies, filters, but you can also use it for just a camping bag if you wish. So starting off with the exterior, in this front compartment I have a water bottle, and then on the right hip strap I have my Leatherman multi-tool and a pair of 10x25 binoculars. And then on the left hip strap pocket I have a head torch, some dog trees. I actually forgot they were in there. So when I was doing wildlife photography and I had my ghillie suit on and my massive camera over my shoulder and this big bag, these dog treats were when dogs used to just come up to me and bark at me because they wondered what the heck I was. So I used to carry a pack of dog treats just to calm them down and give them a treat when they were basically stopped barking. So this has been in there for ages. It's basically just a matcha tea bag just to boost my energy if I ever need it. And then last we have a microfiber cloth. Moving over to the left shoulder strap, I have a pair of tweezers in there and a spare lighter. And then on the front of the bag is where I keep my tent. So this is the Coleman Darwin 2. I've had this for a couple years now. I got it secondhand off eBay and it's still in great condition. The only downside is it is a little bit bulky and heavy. Then in the front compartment, I have some toilet roll, some cable ties. I got those free with something and they've just always been kept in there. And in the laptop sleeve in the front compartment, I have a first aid kit, an emergency USB-C to USB cable, a compass, and then moving on to the side compartments. In this one I have my tripod, and I've also modified it, so I've actually stuck a solar panel USB pack to the actual tripod using some of those cable ties, and this is actually a waterproof one, so it's always on there, rain or shine. And the tripod is a carbon fiber Ulanzi and Coleman. I don't actually know which one it is, but now this bag has a roll top on it, and in this roll top I actually keep my sleeping bag, and because I'm doing cold water exposure every morning, I'm going to be putting my swimming trunks, a towel and a plastic bag to pull it all in this top compartment as well. And then moving on to the main compartment. Now because this is a camera bag, it opens from the back, and I think that's just amazing for security, and also the zip's always at the back so you don't get loads of rainwater going onto the zip because it's always covered by your back. So in this sleeve at the front I have my water filtration system. So for this one you basically fill this up with the water and let it siphon through this hose, and then I actually keep the water purifier in one of the compartments, so you can hang the bladder from a tree and then you can put this filter so it siphons into a water bottle. But in all honesty, I think I would just be using the filter and just drink water straight out of the river, because in the woodland that I'm going to there's a river that runs right in the middle of it, so I doubt I'll be using the bladder. I also have the Collins Complete Guide to British Wildlife in the front. This just keeps my mind occupied if ever there's a moment where I'm bored or just don't really know what to do. I'll whack this out and look around at plants and wildlife and just see what I can find. Also in this bag you'll notice there's a lot of stuff to do with wildlife photography, so it's great to identify the birds or animals that I'm getting with this book. So in the biggest compartment I have 4 spare batteries for my camera, the Rode wireless microphones that I'm currently using, my Cusker mug, and this is probably the heaviest, most bulkiest thing in the whole bag, and that is my 200 to 600 telephoto lens. Now this is probably the best bit of camera equipment I've ever brought, just because I love wildlife and getting close-ups of animals. This is just incredible, and I use it quite often to incorporate footage into my videos. That way you guys can really get a feel to the environment that I'm in. So to the right of that is where I'll keep the camera that I'm currently filming on with my Sigma 14 to 24mm lens, and then beside that we have my lunchbox. Now this currently has my dinner for today, but basically what I'm going to pack in here is just some snacks for the night. I'm going to eat a massive dinner before I head out, so I'm just out for the night and then back in the morning. But I'm just going to pack some extra food in here, not that I really need it, but it's just there in case I do. I'm going to pack maybe a couple slices of bread, avocado, and just some tinned food that I can find around the house. And just below that we have my Stanley cooking pot. I love stainless steel cookware instead of like aluminium and all the stuff with like coatings on, which is super toxic. This is just a really reliable way to cook your food. And inside here I have a packet of matcha and also 3 sleep tea bags. The tea bags to make me go to sleep and the matcha to wake me up. And then beside that we have my cooking station. So I have some, I think this is butane propane mixture, a steel rod to light anything with. Now steel rods are just incredible. Lighters can go wrong, matches can get wet and not work, but this works in literally all weather conditions. I think it's a must to put in any hiking or adventure backpack. And then in this bag I have my attachment for the canister. Now I really don't want to be sending up smoke signals when I'm in the woodlands, so this is just a really stealthy, kind of compact and no mess kind of setup for cooking your food. You can even get smaller canisters than this one. And then below that I have my torch for inside the tent. This is actually a relatively warm one which doesn't send off too much light. There's also a torch on the top of it as well, and if you want you can also charge up your phone or anything else using the USB-C and USB ports. And then below that I have some camouflage tape. This is mostly for when I'm doing wildlife photography and I want to set something up or fix something. And this is the phone charger. The one in the front is just, like I said, an emergency one. This is the one I should be packing every time I go. I also have this little shovel. This thing is just incredible for digging holes for the fire, covering up your you know what. And then I also have some cordage. I just kind of chuck that in there. String is just so useful, so it's better to have it in there than not have it when you need it. And then I have my Patagonia hooded jacket that's just super warm and portable, and if it gets cold in the night I can just put this on to be extra warm. Then in the top compartment I have my sleeping mat. Now this is actually a blow up one where you like push it down and compress it and put air into it. Now this is the first time I'm going to be using it, so I don't actually know what this is going to perform like. And then there is a blow up pillow in there as well. And then in the bottom there's an Instago 3 action camera. And of course I'm going to be bringing my phone as well. Now it's not supposed to be raining, so I'm going to be wearing my Vivo Barefoot Jungle ESC boots, this Barber jacket and a shirt like this one. I'm not going to be worrying about waterproof trousers, I'm just going to be wearing like a pair of jeans. If you want to see me put all of this into action, the video will be already on the channel, and be sure to subscribe for more videos like this in the future. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next one.